And it is indeed my pleasure to welcome the handsome Sanjay Kapoor to Showbiz India after quite some time. Great seeing you.
Great to be back in Showbiz India and great to be in front of you, even though we are on Zoom. It's nice to see you after a really, really long time.
Congratulations, 25 years in the film industry.
Yeah, it's been, a long time, 25 years. Actually, 25 years since the time my movie released. So actually in the industry for more than 27, 28 years, because, those days movies used to take 2 to 3 years to make. And in 95, I had three releases. I had Prem in May, Raja in June, and Kartavya in September. So yeah, I had three releases 25 years back. So yeah, it's been a while. Yeah. I'm still in front of the camera and giving interviews. I'm doing something what I love. So it's fantastic. Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, tell me, 25 years later, do you remember the feeling it was 25 years ago when Prem released?
Honestly, I remember every day of my life as an actor. I remember when I gave the first shot of Prem, which was actually in 1990, because Prem took a long time. I started in 1990, and then Satish Kaushik, who was doing Prem and Roop Ki Rani Choro Ka Raja, it just kept on getting delayed. But I remember everything. I remember the first shot of that thing. That was a song, and it was just a passing shot. So I was very happy that I didn't have to do much, and I just had to pass. But yet the butterflies was there, and you'll be surprised, after so many years, even now when you start something new and when you are on the first day, till the time you don't give the first shot, you still have the butterfly.
That's quite sweet, actually. You
Yeah,
stay fresh in your craft.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah. It's every day as an actor, you learn something new. You do something new, and I think so. That's the reason it's so interesting to be an actor, and that's the reason I love my job, because it's besides being creative, it's not a monotonous thing. It feels really good. Yeah.
And especially right now, in fact, you were very, very busy throughout the lockdown. You shot yourself a whole series, right, for Boot called
Yeah, the Gone Game. Yeah, I won't say I was throughout busy, but yeah, when it was just going to get to you, and you are like getting a little frustrated, and you're getting a little impatient that you're at home. So I got this series called The Gone Game, and I loved the subject. I loved the actors. It had a great ensemble cast, and the director was too good. And though we shot like I shot for 12, 13 days, but the whole process was about 2 months of the reading and of the workshops and then the promotion. So it, like I said, every time you learn something new. Now this was something so new for me after 25 years. Was I have yet not met the director of that show. I had not met any of the actors when I shot for it.
recently, of course, your fabulous Bollywood wife has been in the
Yeah, that's right. That's been a crazy thing, because when Maheep got this thing, and Karan told her about it, they were on a flight and they were flying from Delhi to Bombay, and he came up and like I think the Seema and Bhavna were there on the same flight, and she said, "I've thought about this. We are doing that," and she came flustered at home. Okay, he's told me to do this. I can't do this. I can't do this, and he's pushing me and everything. I said, chill, it's just a conversation, it'll just get over. And after 10 days, he again asked, and he was really serious, because he knew that it will work. And then she was really stressed to do it, to do something like that. And then I encouraged her. I said, see, if Karan is doing it, and then with Karan, we got to know Netflix was going to be the platform. I said, they will do it in a very nice way. And Anisha Beg, I've known her since a really long time. She was actually like the creative director or the creative producer. I said she's a very, very intelligent woman. So it will be done with a certain kind of, it will have the masala and everything, but it'll have certain dignity to it. It will not be frivolous, because good people are involved there. So with that kind of encouragement, they got into it. But it was still in a thin line, and I'm like, we all are shocked and pleasantly surprised. It just people have taken to it, and people have loved that show. In fact, I've been joking. I've never got so many compliments doing 40 films that I've been getting doing a side part in Bollywood Wives.
well, that's okay. You get to play behind her wings for once, right?
Yes, obviously, this show is all about those four girls, and they've done a fantastic job. And I know it's not very easy just to be yourself and face the camera. And I'd seen the only one episode before. I'd gone to Nasik for my shoot of a web show, and I was fortunate enough to see one. And I just knew when Karan showed us the trailer, I knew it's going to work, and I was very, very sure it's going to work. But I didn't know it's going to work so big. Yeah. And for Maheep especially, I thought her character, the way she portrayed, because she was being herself. You know, she was using the four-letter words a lot, and I think so. That's what has worked for people. Like she was not faking it. She was what she is in real life. She was in front of the camera, which is very difficult. And I think so. That's what people have realized. Ke you're seeing something, even though it's a show, it's a reality show, but there was something honest about it.
That's what I was going to ask you. So she really is like that in real life.
She is, in fact, when she says that I use the four-letter word a lot with people who I'm close to, so I realize that I'm not that close to her because she doesn't use it with me that often. So I don't know whether I should be happy about it or sad about it. Yeah.
Well, we'll let you guys discuss that. But in a fangirl moment, of course, your house was, seen by everyone. Where in your house are you right now?
I'm in the living room. In fact, if you can see the blue, like those chairs are right there where she sat, because it's nighttime in India right now. And so the lighting wise, I'm sitting this side. Otherwise, in the daytime, I would have sat the opposite way. Then you would have seen that. So yeah, the living room. This is the living room where 40 or 50% of her thing was shot. We started off in Shanaya was invited. She was fortunate enough to be invited for the La Ball, and then we started shooting actually the day we were leaving for Paris, and Netflix team came along with us to Paris, and that was stunning. To see. I'd seen it live, but when I saw it, the first episode, I relived the moment, and it was like overwhelming. It was really beautiful. Yeah.
And a lot of people are actually saying that this is kind of for her to kind of prelude for her to get into films. Is that true, Sanjay?
Not really. In fact, if you remember what I said in the show in the first episode, when you're sitting in the restaurant, okay, this industry is not a fairy tale. This love ball was a fairy tale. Wearing the red gown and walking down the stairs and walking with this handsome boy. Films are not like that. Films, there's a lot more hard work. This was a beautiful moment. It's something which she and all of us are going to cherish all our life. But it's nothing to do with movies. So I wouldn't say that it is. Yeah, but people have seen her and people have liked her. But that journey of an actor is totally different.
Yeah, and she's
She has
gorgeous.
to work. She's worked. Yeah, she is. She's working very, very hard towards being an actor. She's been training since like long, long time. Like she's been at it since 7, 8 years. Even when she was in school, when she was 12 and 13, she's been training that since that time. And people don't get to know about that. But yeah, there's a lot of hard work to
In
it.
one of the episodes, you actually talk about the huge raging debate of nepotism right now, and you just
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because I find it strange. This. I've been hearing this word. Actors have been their sons and their brothers from the way back to the great Mr. Prithvi Raj Kapoor to Mr. Raj Kapoor, Mr. Shami Kapoor, Mr. Shashi Kapoor, their children, Dharamji, Amitji, we never heard about it that time. I never heard about it. This is something which has started 3 years back or 3.5 years back. And of course, nepotism is there. It's there in every line. And in fact, I genuinely think it is the toughest in the film industry, because when you're facing the camera, it's not that okay, I'm owning a factory, that my child is just going to take over the factory or my business, whether he's capable or not. But I can't give anything to Shanaya. Being an actor for 25 years, I can only share my experience. I cannot be in front of the camera for her. I cannot guarantee a success. I cannot guarantee her a film also. So it's the only thing she has a thing is she people are more accessible to her. People know her, and that's the only thing. But then at the downside, it is your expectations are so much more higher than another thing. So eventually there are so many, without naming um, few actors, sons or brothers, who tried in the industry and who did one film or two films and they vanished. So obviously It doesn't work like that. I keep on saying, I said, I'm the biggest example when we talk about nepotism, because I went through a phase where I was still, I had the same connection with the same people. My brothers didn't change for those 8, 10 years. I still have those brothers, but nothing happened. I didn't sign a film. And today, when I'm doing these digital and I'm, whether it was the films I'm doing and everything, Boni and Anil are producers. I've not worked with Boni's film or Anil's film. I've never worked with. I've not worked in any of Boni's film for the last 17, 18 years. I wish nepotism was there. And
Boni and Anil,
because
are
it
you
is there. Yeah, are you hearing? Boni, Anil, are you all hearing? Why didn't they cast me? Yeah, they should have casted me. Finally, a Dibakar Banerjee comes and sees me, and I don't know Dibakar Banerjee for ads. Yeah. So it doesn't work like that. Yeah. None of the people I've known have casted me. None of them in the last 18 years.
and you've been very busy now. You just shot and came back for another
Yeah, and in fact, I said it in the show. Yeah, I shot for this digital show for Netflix. I can't talk much. It's called The Actress, and it's produced by Dharmatic, which is Karan Johar's. And I said it, I've known him for 30 years. And eventually, after 30 years, I get a chance to work in one of his productions. Yeah.
That must be a good feeling, though, right?
Of course, it is. It's a great feeling. It's a great high, and acting is all about, obviously, you need to be talented. But when you're in front of the camera, you need to know that today you are doing this part because you deserve it and you have earned it. So when you get that feeling, your confidence level is another thing. Yeah.
Now, speaking of your brothers, both of them are successful. Which one do you think you look up to or emulate, or maybe just are more inspired by?
If it's inspired by, it has to be Anil, because I'm an actor, and I don't have to talk about the kind of work he's done.
Oh, he's fantastic, undoubtedly.
Yeah, he's fantastic, and more than the success, it is his work ethics which is fantastic. That is something which I want to be as close to that as possible. His work ethics is outstanding, But equally, I'm very close to Boni because Boni is the eldest in the family. He's like a father figure. I started my career with him. We produced 2 films together. So I've spent a lot of time with him, with Boni, work-wise. Then I have a sister too.
Yes.
She's not part of the movies, but very, very close to her. So we're fortunate. We have a very 3 brothers, 1 sister, but very, very close-knit family. Yeah.
You can see that even in events where all of you guys are together and the younger generation gets along,
Exactly. I think so. It's all because of our parents, because the way they have brought us up, our children and Boni's children, they have seen that how we are, and that's the reason they are that way with us and with their brothers and sisters.
On a lighter note, switching back to fabulous Bollywood wives, you guys
yes,
have a real good camaraderie, the husbands, between each other. And actually, you guys are come across very, even more authentic than the ladies. And your personalities have been appreciated. So are you really like that? Especially you and Chunky have great banter going on.
Actually, that's what I was saying in the beginning of the show. I think so. This show has worked because all of us are being ourselves. So we are not faking it. This is the way I am. People have only seen me in movies. The only where I did something really funny was Luck by Chance, and people keep on telling me, you have such a great sense of humor and this. Why aren't you doing? I said, yeah, I don't know. I ask the filmmakers. Yeah. So
I
that's
can vouch
that.
For that. I happen to you personally. You have such a great personality, and you're hilarious. You keep everyone in splits. People don't know that about you, actually.
Yeah. So exactly. So at least they've seen it in the show now. I think so. My personality came across in the show, though I'm there for a very short while, and people like that, and people like the fact that it was not fake. You cannot fake these things.
So I guess the second season is coming.
Well, I'm sure it will. It's such a huge success, so I'm sure. Not that Netflix has spoken to all the girls, but I'm sure it will happen. And besides the audience, even I'm looking forward for the second season.
Yeah, and there's rumblings that Gauri Khan might join.
I've got no idea.
Yeah. So everyone loves Maheep. She's one of the favorites in the show. Can you tell me something about Maheep that people don't know from the show?
Honestly, there's nothing left. She said it all. I think so. She said it all. And yeah, no. And whatever is left, you have other seasons coming up. People will see it. At least अगर कुछ बचा है तो फिर वो second or third or season में रखेंगे. When I saw the first episode and I was seeing, I said my only thing was कि when my mother sees it, she'll call me up. She'll say, "बेटा बड़ा अच्छा लगा. शनाया कितनी अच्छी लगी." She'll praise it. I know my mother, and then she'll come to the point and she say, "पर मई पे इतनी गालियाँ क्यों दे रही थी?" मुझे वो थोड़ा, but she did not. Even Boni is also quite conservative. Both of them didn't work, say a word. So I knew okay, her character has been accepted. So that was a good sign. But I was, forget me, even she was very, she kept on telling me, but it just came out. What do I do? I said, just be yourself, be yourself. Don't worry. See, क्या हो गया ट्रोल हो जाएंगे और क्या होंगे यार उससे ज्यादा क्या हो सकता है यार सीजन 1 में बंद हो जाएगा और क्या करेंगे माफी मांग लेंगे और सबसे और क्या
You're taking off for a little bit tomorrow, and
Yes, I'm leaving for Dubai for a well-deserved holiday with my children. And normally we love traveling, but this year I was booked to come to LA and New York and everything in June. And in September, everything. When June got cancelled, I thought August sab theek ho jayega. I'll come in September. That got cancelled.
and you're COVID free. You took a test.
Yeah, I did a test because that's the norm that when you take an international flight, you need to take a COVID test, and I took it today. So that's why I'm saying even through Zoom you're safe. My report has come negative, so I'm good through Zoom also.
Thank you, Sanjay. You have a safe holiday.
No, thank you so much. It was lovely being in on your show, and lovely seeing you after such a long time. And looking forward to see you in person very, very soon.
Likewise.